Futures trading is risky and can result in substantial financial loss.
Good morning, traders. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Well, here we go, traders. It's Friday, 1/11/08. It's Friday, and this S&P market has been up and down like a roller coaster. And you know what, traders? There are so many conflicting indicators coming at me that I am invoking the two-day trading rule. The two-day rule. It is simply buy 2 days down in a bull market or sell 2 days up in a bear market, and we are in a bear market. I am going to sell because the market's gone up for 2 days. It's failed for 2 days in a row, and I'll tell you what, I think it's got some downside coming. We got a red Omni. We expect to see some failure. Yes, it could actually end up taking off tomorrow, but it's Friday. There's been nothing but bad news. Bernanke came out yesterday, and thank goodness he said, we're going to lower rates again. And you know what? That shows the world that the dollar has to go down. And if the dollar goes down, the value of gold goes up, the value of oil goes up, and the value of our stocks go down. So you know what? There's nothing but bad news. The technicals are a mixed bag, and we've gone up for 2 days, and I am invoking the rule, and that is that. So, with that in mind, we're going to sell the S&P. I have a couple of charts here I'd like to show you, because not only do we have an S&P trade tomorrow, we have an Australian dollar trade, and we have a wheat recommendation. I'm not going to do them here in the video. If you want those recommendations, simply come on down to my site. It's www.livewithoscar.com. If you come to the site, I'll be more than happy to share the other recs with you. But at least you know this. Tomorrow, S&P, we expect some downside. Let me show you the charts right now, traders, and I'll come right back to you. Okay, traders, first chart on the menu is the S&P, the SPH8 or the ESH8. It's the daily bar. Of course, as I've been yelling about forever, we got the head and shoulders. The market has broken down. We came down here, put in a low 2 days ago, rallied yesterday, rallied today. Tonight, I say we get up a little higher, like maybe into this resistance line, and fail and spend some time on the downside. The market has gone up for 2 days after being in a bear market. And I'll tell you what, traders, I've found more often than not, when you have a market going down, and then it goes up for 2 big days, it goes right back down again. I will invoke that rule on this chart for tomorrow's trading. And let's hope you guys don't want to shoot me after this day's over, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to take it on the short side. Let me show you another chart. I got a really interesting chart coming up next. Okay, traders, what we are looking at here is the Australian dollar chart. The very same chart I showed you just a couple of days ago in the video. If you will look back, like 2 days ago did we do the Australian?
Monday.
3 days ago we did the Australian dollar chart on video. And what I mentioned was we had 2 of our favorite averages we like to use here at the OMNI Trading Academy. And if you can see, there's the pink one here. Here is the yellow one. They've come together, and we broke out of an apex all at the same time. And look at the nice rally, the smart rally the Australian dollar had directly after those averages came together. The last time those averages came together, we had a big rally. They came together again, we had a big rally. They've come together one more time at an apex, no less, and we had a rally. And I think tomorrow we will get more of the same. So be sure to come on down to the site and see what our recommendation is in the Australian dollar. Okay, very interesting chart we're looking at here. This is the wheat market. The wheat has those same exact averages. They are averages we love to use here at the OMNI Trading Academy. Be sure to come on down so I can tell you what the averages are and how to use them. Those same 2 averages, when they came together here, the wheat went up, 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 up. Then those averages separated for a while, came back together just right here yesterday. They touched. The market just about touched those two averages. There's a report due out tomorrow morning, a crop report. The indicators have all begun to turn up. So you know what, traders? The likelihood is, just like the Australian dollar, we are in a wedge. We're coming out of that wedge. We're above the averages. I think that report will bode to be bullish for the wheat market. Fundamentals almost always come out in the charts first. You've heard me do many videos about this. You've seen the charts. I've showed you that a fundamental is about to come out and the chart is setting up for a certain direction. The next day the fundamental comes out. The market moves in that proper direction. Well, once again, we're calling for the same sort of action. A bit of fundamental news will come out tomorrow, and the setup is for that market to move higher. Stay tuned for the wheat recommendation. Come on down to the site. Take a look at the site. Take a look at the wheat recommendation. Be very careful on this one, traders, because there is a crop report due. There you go.
Yes.
Sights of the round on the Euro traders.
You think that's going to be cut out? You are wrong, mister.
Okay. Well, landed in my pocket.
Nice.
Hey, we can do tricks. See that? That was landed in there too. Hey, we do tricks here as well. Okay, traders, so you've seen the charts. You see what happened when those two averages converged like that? The Australian took off. You got the same convergence taking place right below the wheat market. You know what? Why not go for it? It happens every time. If you look back on those two charts, you will see that time after time. When those two averages come together, the market has a rally. Then couple that with that little apex that I just showed you. Hey, I think that's going to give us a bullish move. Come on down. Take a look at that for yourselves. Come on down, especially to our Trading Academy where we hold our classes, traders. We hold fantastic classes every day. And in those classes, I pull up all kinds of charts and I give recommendations, but not where to buy and sell, how to figure out where to buy and sell for yourselves. I teach you how to do the homework so that you can figure out what you would like to do. So make sure, traders, that you come to the site so you can learn how to do this homework for yourself. It is called the Gold Class Membership. There is where you will be invited 1 hour to 2 hours a day, depending on how I'm feeling, when we do analysis together. Larger than that, we have a premium trading room. If you'd like to be part of that, that is where all the good stuff happens. If I have an Omni recommendation that comes out, I tell it to the room in a microphone on camera well before any of the other Omniacs will come to our site, find out about that trade. And there are special trades that go to that room that no one ever hears about. There's a lot of learning that takes place. There is also an open trade talk room, a chat room for traders that maybe don't feel professional enough to step up to the premium room, but believe it or not, you're all professional enough for that because I make sure I take the teachings down to a level where everyone can understand them, but it gives you some really, really good technique. So make sure you come on down and don't trade alone, traders. Never trade alone. It is dangerous to sit there by yourself without bouncing off your ideas on others. There may be other people who have studied a lot harder than you on a certain evening for the next day's trading and could give you great cues and great clues for what's going to happen. So make sure you come on down to the site and join our ever-growing army of Omniacs. Now, let's go look at something. The S&P for tomorrow, we got a red Omni. I don't even want to clap for red Omni. Hold the applause. We don't like red Omnis, but we are short-term traders, so we're going to go with it. Omni says to sell the S&P in the mid to high 1420s. Last couple of days, we got a little above that and then cracked. The upside, it's been tried and it can't find anything. The downside is where the news is. The downside is likely where we're going to find some stop hunting. And I think the downside is where this market needs to go. Omni's profit objective is the low 1380s or be out by the close. Keep this in mind. If you do sell it in the high 1420s, we do expect to see some kind of support around 14,0050. So just around the 1400 figure, we expect there to be some sort of resistance, support, excuse me. So be careful. There's support there. If it breaks that, I say we get into the low 80s, maybe even the 70s. Let's see what happens. No one ever knows for sure, traders. Nobody knows for sure where these markets are going, not even on a daily basis. No one has a crystal ball. I don't pretend to have a crystal ball, but I do have a really good ear for these charts, and I've seen many things happen in my 26 years, and one of the things that I usually trade is the 2-day rule. The 2-day rule, I'll go over it one more time. Generally, it's this. If you have a market that's going down, 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 and then it goes up, and it spends another day going up, that is almost always a signal to tell you the turnaround is coming and it wants to go back down again. Keep your eye on that. Better than that, let me make a little room for you here. Let me illustrate one more time what that means. Lots of times you'll get this, this, and this. Then you go up a little bit, and it goes up and just about hits the same highs before the move. And when you get that, that's almost a telltale sign that it has run out of buying power and you get the downturn. So the 2-day rule is in effect. Let's see if it works. I mean, I will trade it every time I see it because the odds are good that you will win more often than not if you take that rule and you trade by it. So traders, do your own homework. Again, with that crystal ball thing, it's not out there. There's no holy grail. I don't have it. I don't know if it's going to go up and then down tomorrow. How could I possibly? How could anybody know? Do your homework and see what you think first before you would even consider taking a recommendation from me or anybody else out there. All right, traders, enough of that. I want you to always place your stops. Always put stops in. Put them in first. Don't ever trade without stops. Traders, a stop is your best friend. And keep that in mind. All right, traders, do me a favor. Shoot me out some of your charts. Send me some homework to Oscar@futuresanalysts.com. I will take a look at that homework and report back to you what I see in your analysis. If you like this video, if these techniques that I've shown you give you some interest, if you'd like to learn more about them, come on down to my YouTube spot. It's www.youtube.com/futuresanalysts. There you will find... Ah, we got him, baby! There you will find
256.
256 videos, a lot like this one. The weekend webinars are really full of techniques for you to learn from. Those are usually a half an hour long. Make sure you at least look at the weekend webinars if you're not going to go through all 256 videos. But let me tell you, there's a lot of great techniques in those videos, so you might as well do your homework and take a look at those videos. All right, traders. I mentioned the chat rooms. I mentioned not to trade alone. I mentioned everything I could possibly think about for this video. Traders, here's another thing that's been happening lately. We have a huge European crowd. I can't say European crowd. We have a huge evening crowd now that comes on down to our site, and we are open 24 hours a day. And now I must say the crowd that shows up at night is about 40 to 50% as thick as the crowd that comes during the day. This is great, traders. We are here for you. There's always somebody in these chat rooms from our organization to help you out if you need it. And there's always lots and lots of people there. So again, I'll say it. Don't trade alone. Come trade with the crowd. It really, really will help you. All right, traders. One last thing. A lot of traders out there have been asking me, what does OMNI stand for? OMNI. That is Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator, and that's what it does for us. It gives us an indication. It helps us navigate through these rough and tumble markets, and it gives us an indication of whether we're going up with a green Omni or down with a red. So OMNI, Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator. All right? So I think I'm pretty much done with this video. Tomorrow, the weekend comes in. Tomorrow's Friday. After that, we get to do the weekend webinar. In the weekend webinar, we'll be covering a lot of techniques for you. These guys just cross plays. I don't even know who to look at anymore. What are you guys doing? You're going to ruin me. All right. We're going to cover a lot of great stuff in this weekend webinar, so make sure you tune in, traders, and always say this to yourselves every day, and you know what that is. Stops are in! Emotions are out!
Cut.
What a weird video. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I am a 24-year seasoned trader on and off the floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years. Good luck trading.